Do you have a heart to know? Do we understand heavenly things? Jesus answered him, Are you the teacher of Israel, and yet you do not know these things? John 3, verse 10. Let's go back to the context of the first century, before this letter was compiled into a book called the New Testament, when Jesus would have been called by his Aramaic name, Yeshua, the shortened version of his full Hebrew name, Yehusha'a, or Yehusha'a. His name is a contraction of two words meaning Yahweh, he exists, or is, and Yeshua, salvation. My goal is to restore the original Hebrew meanings that are lost in translation. With that said, I have no problem referring to our Jewish Messiah as Jesus for clarity. Jesus was speaking to a Pharisee named Nicodemus. As a leader of the Jews, there was a reason he came to visit at night. If I have told you earthly things and you do not believe, how can you believe if I tell you heavenly things? John 3, verse 12. Jesus knew he did not believe, yet he expected the teacher of Israel to know what it meant to be born again, or born from above. John 3, verse 3. The heavenly concept of renewed, spiritual, eternal, life forevermore is in the Torah and the Prophets. The problem is we do not have a heart to know, eyes to see, or ears to hear. But to this day, he exists, has not given you a heart to know, or eyes to see, or ears to hear. Deuteronomy 29:4. Jesus often pointed this out to the religious experts. You search the scriptures because you think that in them you have eternal life, and it is they that bear witness about me. John 5:39. For had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote about me. John 5:46. We can have the Torah memorized and still not have eyes to see. Without a humble, childlike belief, we will not ask, seek, or knock until the door opens. Searching with our whole heart until we find Yah, he exists. Matthew 7, verse 7, and Jeremiah 29:13. Yod He Vav He is, was, and will exist. He is one, Echad, and he gives us one heart, which is parallel to a renewed spirit. And I will give them one heart, and a renewed spirit I will give within them. I will remove the heart of stone from their flesh, and give them a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 11:19. And I will give you a renewed heart, and a renewed spirit I will put within you, and I will remove the heart of stone from your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 36:26. He exists, creates a clean heart in us, which parallels a renewed, steadfast spirit. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Psalm 51:10. He exists, gives us a heart to know, which parallels returning to him with our whole heart. I will give them a heart to know that I am Yod He Vav He, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God, for they shall return to me with their whole heart. Jeremiah 21:7. There is no new religion, covenant, testament, or people. He will write his everlasting Torah on the hearts of the people he created to be his, the everlasting house of Israel. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, declares Yod He Vav He. I will put my Torah within them, and I will write it on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they will be my people. Jeremiah 31:33 and Deuteronomy 30:6. Shaul, his Greek name Paul, describes the same heavenly, spiritual, renewed covenant to the Corinthians. It is clear that you are a letter from Messiah, the result of our ministry, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. 2 Corinthians 3:3. For this is the covenant I will make with the house of Israel after those days, declares the Lord. I will put my laws into their minds and write them on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Hebrews 8:10. Whether we understand it or not, the everlasting covenant will create spiritual oneness. Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh is the original Hebrew name that always was, is, and will exist. He exists, will write his Torah on our hearts, and we will be born again, born from above, through his resurrected, life-giving Spirit. Thus it is written, the first man, Adam, became a living soul. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. 1 Corinthians 15:45. Life forevermore is the ultimate blessing that will bless all nations. Genesis 12:3 and Psalm 133, verse 3. Thank you for listening.